You know we're done with timeout, but you're like, okay, so what else do I do when my toddler is literally being feral? Got you covered. Let me share in this video. This is something I love talking about because so many parents use timeout very well intentioned, not really understanding what's going on or not having the tools of what might be more effective, which is what I love teaching. And my client is a perfect example of this. Hold to read, but to give you some background, she has two little kids. The older toddler hit the younger one with a toy, so she took the toy away, set that boundary very calmly, and her older daughter had a tantrum, a meltdown. She was very upset about it, right? In that moment, she could have sent her older daughter to timeout, but what she did instead is going to make an impact on this situation not happening again in the future and really facilitating her older toddler to be able to manage her frustration and anger without hitting or throwing toys. To see more behind the scenes stories and breakdowns like this, make sure you follow me on the other app. Perfectly followed the framework that I teach in my toddler tantrums guide, which was in the moment, being super calm, teach, which is setting a boundary, right? Taking the toy away, a logical consequence, and then prep, which is really like, what do we need to teach our kids so this behavior doesn't happen again? What are they trying to express? What do they need to learn? And for her, it was sitting down, teaching her older toddler, here's how we handle it when we're frustrated. Here's how we handle it when our little sister is bothering us. And they talked through, so next time she has that language, she has that skill, and she won't need to hit her little sister with a toy. There's so much research that yes, timeout can seem effective on the surface. You can absolutely send your toddler to timeout, and when they come back, they will appear calm on the outside. But the issue with this is that you are not getting to the root of the problem. That's why I put everything into my guide of that framework: prep in the moment and teach. You're being really calm in the moment. You're setting boundaries that make sense to keep everybody safe. And then you're focusing, instead of on timeout to kind of squash the behavior, you're asking yourself, what does my toddler need to learn? What skill do they need? What's going on underneath this that I can get at that will teach my toddler how to behave next time? And yes, this works for older kids like my student if you have a 4 or 5-year-old, but it also works when you have younger toddlers who aren't talking yet. You can absolutely start this process. I personally have a 3-year-old and a 15-month-old, and I do the same thing with both of them. Even little toddlers who are not verbal yet can start to learn the emotional regulation skills, the alternate behaviors, and all of the things I teach in the prep section. And in fact, it will make your life so much easier when they're actually like 2 or 3, big in their toddler years.